Well, as we've mentioned many times, tonight is the night. The 56th Annual CMA Awards will be right here on WKRN, hosted by Luke Bryan and Peyton Manning, followed by the after coverage hosted by me and Laura.
And if you're throwing a watch party or just hanging out watching the show by yourself, we've got a fun, fresh, and simple appetizer you can whip up.
Yes, welcome back, Sean, with Nude Dude Food.
And he's black tie today.
Yeah,
He's got
black
a shirt
tie. We
on.
decided to class it up a little
Yeah.
bit for you
love
guys
it.
because everyone else is doing it, but thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. So let's talk tartar. First of all, what is tartar?
So tartar is basically going to be any raw meat. So ideally what you're going to see most of the time is going to be beef, or you're going to see salmon, tuna. You see that at a lot of restaurants. You could also use other ingredients or other meat like lamb and stuff like that. So it's pretty interchangeable, but a good quality raw meat that's obviously not going to be something that you pick up from most grocery stores, or you're going to get it from a butcher. A higher quality piece of meat that's going to either be like a tenderloin or a filet mignon. But again, as long as you're using any lean meat that doesn't have a lot of connective tissue or anything like that, that's a quality product, you're going to be good.
And you can also do it with beets if you don't want
You
the
can
meat.
do it with beets as well, which we do have
Finely
one
chopped
plated up as well. So if you're not into the meat or not into fish, you do have other options available.
Okay,
Love that.
we love
that. So let's have at it.
So
what do we do?
basically when it comes down to any tartar, everything is to taste. So as long as you have a good quality product, you can put anything you want in it. Salt and pepper, you can get away with. Adding an egg yolk, you can get away with that as well. But if you want to elevate it a little bit, you can add a bunch of different ingredients. This one's a little bit more of like an Asian inspired. So we have a lot of different things going on here. So our plating, instead of it being on maybe a piece of bread or something, it's going to start on a nori wrap. So cut that up.
Like
so almost like seaweed. Yeah, it's going to be dehydrated seaweed. Ingredients-wise, that goes into that is going to be basically a little bit of shallot. Again, everything is to taste. So if you decide that you want to change that up, you can. Those are going to be capers. Then we have a little sesame oil. I love sesame oil. It is pretty potent, so make sure that if you're using a lot of it, you know it's going to be pretty sesame-y. Sesame, yeah. That next one, you're going to throw some nice fresh cracked pepper, some salt, a little bit of olive oil.
So
make sure that it's good quality olive oil as well.
And most of the stuff you'd have at home already. There might be a couple things to go get. But other than that, I mean, the salt, pepper, mustard, olive oil.
So that, and then the last one's, again, soy sauce and Dijon mustard. So that's all in there. That's going to be all the ingredients that you really need to put in there. And then you can whip it up. When you're then plating it, what we have on the side here is going to be, it's a smoked aioli. So that's going to be something that we make in-house. You can get it sometimes in a grocery store, but again, sometimes you have to make it yourself. And if you have a smoke machine, they make those that you can pump smoke in there, and it's just going to give you a little bit different flavor profile there. We have a couple that are already
I was trying to make it pretty,
but it's okay.
And
then basically from there, we made a little quenelle, so it's a little style of shaping that meat.
How did you shape it like that?
Basically, what you're going to do is you put it in between 2 spoons, and you're just going to work it back and forth until you get the style that you're looking for. And then basically to garnish, you can really change anything that you want, but with this, it's going to be a little green onion. You can use a little really anything that you want on there. Throw that on. These are some mustard microgreens, so you can get those usually at any grocery store available. And then we have a little bit of sunflower to kind of add you a little pop of color there. And then finally, I always like to add maybe a little pinch of flaky salt, so like Maldon sea salt is something that's really nice and available.
Fancy salt.
You guys
We're gonna try
those.
Okay,
so
you try it. Thank you so much. I'll try it after, but
Yes.
I'm going to tell everybody first that if all of this sounds just too complicated and you want to hire the Nude Dude Foods to do it all for you, you can do it that way, or go ahead and try making this at home too. But you can go to nudedudefood.com, and we'd love to hear how you like it.
Wow, it's amazing. I'll tell you what.
And don't